All right, boys and girls, we're here with Parris Laurie, the French truck, as we like to call you. We're just going to be talking to you about your footy and, you know, just bits and bobs about how you got to West Coast and maybe where you want to go in the future. And you're number one ruck at the moment in the competition, so we might talk about that as well.
Well, that's a squeeze.
So, yeah, Parris, just tell us how you started playing footy, because you're from Denmark.
I am, yeah. So I always kicked the footy around with my brothers and my dad and mum as well, actually. But I took the basketball path because footy, as you would know, when we were in primary school, high school, it wasn't really a pathway for it. So I played basketball, went to a basketball specialist school and came to Perth to play basketball, and then ended up playing uni games footy and fell in love with it, and then decided I want to do what my brothers do and started playing at Claremont with my brother, and it all sort of led on from there, and now here we are.
Number one ruck.
Oh, gosh, all right.
It must be the club. Oh, so you just kind of stumbled into it, I guess, if you want to call it that. You just found yourself playing ball. Next thing you know, you're on a West Coast list and you're...
Oh, yeah, there's a bit in between. But, yeah, I like I said, I played uni games, and then a lady was down there watching and said, come on down to one of the talent academies that used to be run.
Yeah.
I went down to that, loved it, gave up basketball and played a bit of Gaelic, bit of netball, bit of footy for 1 year, and then chose footy, went down to Claremont, did a few more academies and state and that sort of thing. And, yeah, just kept doing everything I could, and obviously got on Freo's list, and then came across to the good side.
To the good side, absolutely. I've spoken to a few of the girls about their process from Fremantle to West Coast. Have you always been a West Coast fan or a Freo fan?
No. To be completely honest, I've been a Chris Judd fan. So when he was at the Eagles, I was at the Eagles, and when he went across, I went across, and then he retired and I came back to Eagles. So, yeah, and then I actually was a Port Adelaide member for a year because my brother was on the rookie list.
That's okay.
But, you know, just got a lunchbox and that sort of thing, and then I was back to the Eagles.
We better let the merchandise know at West Coast that don't hand out lunchboxes. Be better than that.
Yeah, and Faz doesn't need one.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your time at West Coast and what inspires you the most. You know, you're, like I said, I keep bringing it up, you are the number one ruck, or you're in the top two at the moment. Your class is an undersized rock. How do you go about that?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, that's a little bit of motivation for me, the fact that I think that's probably my most common nickname is Undersized Rock since being drafted. So I think knowing that I need to make up for it in other areas, so getting through that running in pre-season makes me, I just think that, you know, when it comes to the season, I need to be able to try and run the other rucks off their feet so that, you know, they're knackered when they get into the ruck contest and I can hopefully have a chance. But yeah, so I've absolutely loved every second of West Coast, and I get asked all the time, am I happy with my decision? And I can be completely honest and say that I honestly haven't looked back since I made that decision. And yeah, you would know, and we all know how good the group is here and just how much fun we all have, you know, like it was 0 and 3, and yet on the Monday you'd still come in and you'd still have a laugh and you still wanted to get around the girls and have a good time and that sort of thing. And I think that's really special for a team to be losing and still be able to have that strong bond and no negative vibes within the group. So I'm loving it.
So just keeping your friends close and the purpose of our program closer as well. And I think it's really special that you say, you know, like the brand and the personalities that we have at this club are really important. And like you said, we're 3-0 and we're coming in to the footy club just starting a fresh week, ready to go for, you know, round 4, round 5. So
yeah.
I think that's really special that you say that.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes that win so special as well, is that everyone has so much love for each other that when we all win together, you know, you're not just looking at the girls that are on the field with you, you're looking for the girls who are on the other team. I think I accidentally ran through like some media strip that was going on trying to give Call Me a hug at the end of the game. And, you know, physios and coaches and all the support staff. So, yeah, it was a pretty special moment.
So aside all the airy fairy, you know, like we work hard and all that kind of stuff, like you said, you work hard to be, you know, a great ruck for us, and we really appreciate that. What's, I guess, a challenge for you on a weekly basis being in AFLW?
I think so many girls have this same challenge, but it's just the work and footy balance. I think last year I was on an adrenaline high for it being my first year of work. And this year I've got the adrenaline high from footy, but it's not my first year of work anymore. And I think it can be pretty tough going to work each day and then coming to training, and then, you know, knowing that on that Monday when you're feeling sore after a tough game, and even worse after a loss, to rock into work on a Monday is pretty hard. But yeah, I guess knowing that everyone's doing the same gets you through it. But yeah, I think that's probably my biggest challenge.
I think a clear example at the moment, you're still a little bit sweaty from gym. We've had to squeeze in work, a gym session, and now this interview. So I think it just goes to show that we try and balance as much as we can and squeeze in every little bit in 24 hours.
Yeah. I do apologise. I promise I'm usually better than this.
Thanks so much, Paz, for joining us. I'm sure everyone got something out of you, and yeah, good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Gibbo.